I feel like late 70s.
No.
No. Maybe early 80s.
No.
No. Okay. Was she older than that? Did she look really young? Okay, that's why. She does not look to be 90s, 100s, nothing like that. She looks pretty young to me.
She looked young her whole life, maybe right till the very end.
Okay. Okay. So would you say she looked around 70s, 80s?
Probably in her maybe 80s.
Okay. Alrighty. Did she have curly hair at all?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, was she really sick?
Was she what?
Sick?
Yes. Towards the end, very sick.
Okay, as I feel she's showing me hospital bed, but it doesn't necessarily have to be it was in a hospital. Could be a bed that she had at home that was a hospital type bed.
Yes.
That? Okay.
She was in and out. She had a hospital, but also in the place she was living.
Okay. Did she have a cannula in her nose for oxygen?
I wasn't there.
Okay.
But yes, I believe she was. It was
Okay.
in another state, so.
Okay. I feel she was very frail. Like she's showing me her arms as like very, very thin skin. Does that make sense? Okay. And almost like bony. I'm almost like flat. Like I could just
She was
really
very thin
okay.
towards the end.
Okay. Okay. So I'm getting the word pancreas, and sometimes that either means there's something with that, or it would be something that's an illness associated with that. Could she have had diabetes or anything?
She did not.
Okay. What is the pancreas here? Was it something related to the stomach, maybe? Did she have stomach problems?
She might have had a little bit of stomach problems, but there was nothing that stood out.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna I'm gonna put that there and circle it and come back to it. Sometimes if I'm not understanding what they're trying to tell me and I move forward and come back to it, it makes more sense.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna put that aside and come back to it. Okay, I feel that we're now actually circling back to maybe a little bit about her when she was younger, and I'm not sure if you're going to know some of this, but we'll find out. Do you know what those... I don't even know really what this type of job is, but I feel like she's telling me something about candy stripes. I believe they worked in hospitals. You don't know what that is? I don't really know what the job is, but I've heard of it. Did she work in a hospital ever? Maybe she's talking about when she was at the hospital. Bear with me. Hold on just a moment here. I don't feel like she's very strong. So sometimes when they're not very vibrant and loud and like here's your information, it does get a little lost in translation, and it's a little bit harder for me to be able to try and figure out what they're saying. So I'm working on it.
No worries.
This is the fun part about being a medium, is like solving a puzzle basically. Everything they have to say, I have to figure out what it is. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna... It's interesting because normally I can feel if the connection is correct, and this feels off. I almost feel like she's related to you, but not grandma. Does any of this make sense for anybody else in your family that passed? 70s, 80s, sick.
It could possibly.
Pancreas.
The only thing that I can kind of maybe come up with is my husband's great aunt, who I took care of when she was elderly. But she had nothing to do with the candy stripers or anything, but other things might relate to her.
Okay. What does a candy striper do anyway?
It's like they work in the hospital and help out. It's like a technician, but they're not a nurse yet. It's old school.
Oh,
They used to have like in the 50s, and I don't
sure.
know if they call them that anymore.
I doubt it.
Yeah, it's like old school. You work in the candy striper in the hospital.
Yeah.
I can visualize it, but I don't
Yeah.
know until
Yeah.
they're in the hospital.
Right.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Ooh. This actually is starting to feel a little bit closer to who you said the second time. All right, I'm getting like a cherry or a red. Anything like that for either of them that you could think of?
Like hair color?
Not necessarily, just anything that's cherry or red.
There's not anything that I can put my finger on.
Maybe they're like the lipstick they would wear, or I feel like it's related to the lips, honestly. But was one of them primarily red
she
lipstick?
would wear those types of colors sometimes.
Okay. And this is potentially your husband's aunt?
Yes.
Okay.
We were very close.
Okay. If this is her, she's trying to show me like a younger age, not as her older age.
Okay.
So I feel like a very vibrant, fun personality when she was younger. Was she like a black sheep of the family? No. She's like really seeming very what would be the word? Extravagant seems a little bit much. But does that make sense to
Yes.
you? Okay. It seems like a weird word to say about somebody, but if it makes sense to you, then
yes, that does
okay.
make sense.
Okay. Did she have a hospital bed at home?
It wasn't at home.
Here's the thing too that can be.
Oh yeah, actually she did stay in the place that they had like inside the building that she lived in. Yes.
Okay. Well, I was gonna also say sometimes they'll come together, and I'll be telling you about one, and then I'll be telling you about another, and it's like, well, none of this makes sense, but then some of it does, and it could be I'm actually speaking to two different people here. But we're just gonna keep going and see if any of it.
Well, the only thing I can think of with her was that she had, but I wasn't around at that time, but my husband told me she used to have like a bright red car.
Okay. Did you and her used to like do things together before she got really sick?
Yes.
I feel like not just like your typical, oh, let's go out and have some lunch, I feel like you guys actually like went out and had fun together.
Well, we just spent a lot of time together, so we would have lunch and shop and that kind of thing. I took her on her errands and stuff like that.
Okay, all right.
We spent a lot of time together.
Gotcha. Just seems like you guys had a lot of fun. It wasn't just like boring old, like, let's sit down and have a cup of coffee. It was like you guys.
Well, she taught me a lot. She was very wise.
Okay. This is actually feeling a lot more connected to her than it is to Grandma. The connection feels more correct, if that makes sense. Did she, I don't feel like it was a completely raised your husband, but did she have a large part of his life when he was younger?
She was a big influence on him.
Okay.
And it's, well, just, yeah.
Okay.
She was very prominent in his life.
Okay. I feel almost like she's making it seem like she loves him almost as if she was his actual mother, or like he was her actual child, not just a nephew.
She was just very, like, kind of, yeah.
Like, it seems like she was really a part of his life.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. she's going back to the cherry red and the candy stripes, and she's like, they were the same message. I was just misunderstanding. So it does seem to be it's about the car.
Okay.
Because she was first giving me the candy stripes colors of red and white, right? They would be red and white, I think.
I remember he said she had a bright red car. So.
And then she's giving me cherry red, and so I feel that
she likes stuff like that.
I feel like she's circling back to it now at this point and is giving me a yes. She's like, go back and circle. All right. What would the initial P be for anybody? It doesn't necessarily have to be for her. Anybody in her life.
With an initial P, Paul.
Okay. Is Paul a brother?
Mm-hmm. Chuck's brother.
Okay. Is that another nephew?
Yes. It's her nephew. They're they're brothers. My husband's brother.
Okay.
They were very close too.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Was he completely different than your brother or than your husband?
Yes.
Okay. Which one was more difficult to deal with?
Difficult?
Like,
I
feel like teenage years and maybe got into some trouble.
Oh, well, they were both I don't really think they were too much of troublemakers, but maybe different from what she viewed life.
Okay.
I don't think, Paul took more of a road that she would agree with than my husband did.
Oh, okay. Okay, so then it's not Paul. I'm not saying she's thinking that anything your husband's bad or anything.
No.
Just, I feel like one of them had to get in trouble more often. Not necessarily like with the law or anything like that. Just like, reprimanded maybe. Or would she if it was necessary? Would that make sense? Instead of it, because I feel like she's almost like same level as mom, as at the point where like if she needed to, she would have gotten onto them.
Oh,
Whereas
yeah.
some aunts are like, it's not my job. Yeah. So that makes sense.
Her will
Okay.
was very strong in her opinion.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I got you.
Lots of opinions about how things should be done.
Sure. Okay. Okay. That's making sense. There we go. Okay. Does she have kids? Okay. So, do you have kids? Does his brother Paul have kids?
Yes.
Okay. Paul has kids. Okay, what's up with that? Does he have a boy?
Yes.
Okay. Is that boy more like your husband than his dad?
We think so. We don't see them a lot, but we have Facebook, and we have noticed that he's a little more like that than like his dad.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's one thing that she would be giving me to let you know she knows certain things that I wouldn't know, right? It's like, and even if she's passed, and this is something that you wouldn't think she knows, because she passed before that boy was born, I'm sure. She got to meet the little boy.
Oh yeah.
That we're talking about. Okay, awesome. Well, that's good. Most aunts don't really get to see their great nephews or whatever. Okay, good. Well, either way, she knows about how you guys think that they're more, or he's more like your husband than his dad. Okay, so I feel she's wanting to to have you ask a question or something.
Well, Aunt Helen, hi.
Say hey.
I had a weird feeling she might show up. I don't know. I have any questions. It's like she had everything so laid out when she passed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Does she have any advice or anything, or any guidance or any?
Let's see.
I don't really. I don't have any specific questions for
Sure.
her.
Yeah. Sometimes you can just say hello. Just to chat. Don't necessarily have to have questions. Let's see. I do feel like there's something regarding your husband she wants to give a message about. Actually, it's kind of like about both of you. She's like, hold on. How do I put this into words? He needs to show you that he appreciates you more.
That sounds like her.
Really?
But he does. But
No, she's like, he needs to step it up. He's lucky to have you.
yes.
Does that make sense?
That would sound like her. Yes.
Yes. He's lucky to have you, and he better step up, show it more. But that's really, other than being, the cliche things that mediums say, and I promise this is genuinely what she's saying, right? She's proud of you guys. She loves you, and you're all doing great. Hello.
Okay.
That's basically what she's got. Not really like this profound message or anything like that.
Okay, I didn't think she would.
No, she's
just pretty grounded in her spirituality and who she was. And, I'm surprised she hasn't shown up more since she passed. I
expected
I expected her to be around a little bit more, like have some kind of connection with her afterlife.
Sure.
But I never really, it was never strong or prominent as I thought it would be. I figured she just passed on over and was happy.
She is.
She was. Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she was. She knew who she was.
Yeah.
She was very grounded. She's very spiritual.
Absolutely. She's like just agreeing with everything you're saying. She's like, I am happy.
Yeah. She was.
I don't have anything to talk about. I'm good. Wow. That was a quick message. Maybe she just wanted to get that out of the way before we connect with your grandmother.
Okay.
Do you want to release her?
She wanted to say hi.
Yes. Do you want to release her?
Bye, Aunt Helen. Love you.
Loves you too. Did she write in cursive?
She had beautiful handwriting, yes.
Because she just had me write "love you" in cursive.
She had beautiful handwriting. Everything she did was like perfect and beautiful. Yes.
Had to be perfect, huh?
Yeah. She was a Virgo.
Oh, yes.
All the way, baby.
I know. For sure. Would you like some water? Oh, you brought some.
I'll take a tissue. No, I'm
Here.
crying over here.
Oh, okay. Did you know her?
I just heard of her.
No, how much
I knew that was right when it was going that way.
When you said red hair, because she did have reddish hair and light skin.
Lipstick too.
Yeah, but I just wasn't like, I was, because my grandmother, I wouldn't call her fair skinned, but she didn't have dark skin either, so that's kind of hard to.
Sure. Kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
my aunts have dark skin, but my grandmother didn't have dark skin like them.
I didn't know at first, but when she said lipstick, then I was really thinking maybe.
When she said red, I was like Aunt Helen loved red and flashy clothes. And when you said extravagant, I was like, yes.
That makes more sense.
She was very wealthy, and she had owned her own businesses, and she was a boss.
Gotcha.
Traveled the world.
Through and through.
She was very smart. Traveled the world.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can get in touch with Grandma. Did you call her Grandma? Okay.
Or anybody that wants to come through. I just said my grandmother because she passed so recently, so I'm pretty open to it.
Okay.
But I mean, obviously, if my grandmother wants to talk to me, I would love to. But
yeah, sure. So, sometimes it depends on how they adjust. So November is quite a while enough ago that she should be able to come through pretty strongly. However, there are some spirits, depending on how weak they were when they passed. If their vibrations on Earth were very low vibration, and then they pass over, they don't immediately go from low vibration to high vibration. Okay. It takes some time to transition, and I guess kind of like build up their vibration so that they can connect this way. So I'm going to do what I can. And another thing is sometimes they'll be just enough to be able to just barely whisper to me.
Okay.
And I can try to get that information that way, but we're gonna see what we get. Okay. Okay, so when your grandmother passed, was her hair very thin?
It looked like it from the pictures.
And gray? Curly?
She had very curly hair.
Gray curly, okay. Did she wear glasses at all, ever?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, okay. I do also still see, it's almost like similar to what we were seeing before, like a hospital bed, cannula in the nose. But I feel she doesn't want to talk about her passing.
That would make, she wasn't a religious person, let's just put it that way.
Okay. Yeah. She's just like, there's no need to discuss that.
That could be her.
Okay.
Stubborn and set in her ways, and like, she wasn't into that, you know?
Sure. I definitely feel she doesn't really want to talk about it. Some of my spirits I communicate with, they'll be like, this is exactly how it passed. Here's an image of what it looked like.
Really?
Yes. I've seen some things. Let's just put it that way. They'll be very, very, very vivid with me sometimes. And then there are others like who are there that are just like, we don't need to talk about that.
I think she didn't really like being that presented that way.
Sure.
She was very like, she didn't want people to see her frail and fragile.
That makes sense.
She had a lot of pride about that, so maybe that's part of it.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I do feel like I'm seeing an image right now, all right, of auburn colored hair and one of those bathing suits that would have been a full one-piece bathing suit. And I almost feel like it was the short types, the ones that they would have worn back in the day. And I feel like she's on a beach maybe. Do you know if there's a picture of her like that?
I've seen a few that are similar.
When they do that, that typically means that's when they felt their best. They looked their best, they were healthiest, what have you. That was their favorite time or something like that.
Yeah, there's lots of old pictures of her
like that. Okay. Did she live near a beach?
When my mom and her sisters were little, they lived not on the beach, but they lived in Florida.
Okay.
And they went to the beach a lot.
They did, okay.
Yeah.
Did somebody move from up north to down south?
Yes.
Okay. Was that her and her family or something before?
Back and forth.
Okay.
They lived in Kentucky, but my grandfather traveled, so my mom went to high school here, and then moved back up there, and then my mom moved back down here.
Okay.
And so did my mom's sister.
Okay. I gotcha. So
but there's a lot of traveling between back and forth there. Yeah.
North and south. Okay. So you know that I wouldn't.
Yes.
This is what I mean by evidential information. It has to be things that I could not know, or that would be cliche.
Okay.
You know what I mean? She's actually not very weak, so that's good. I wouldn't say she's as extravagant as your aunt or his aunt, but she's definitely not weak and frail like she was when she passed. So she's been able to adjust.
She wasn't a weak person.
No,
she was weak towards the end.
Yeah,
no, not at all.
But she's definitely gotten her vibrations up enough to be able to talk with me, so that's good. Ooh, she's met your husband, right?
Once.
Did she flirt with him?
Probably. She thought he was funny.
Okay. I feel like she's like, kind of like, he's a cutie. He's funny. Like, you did good. You did good. But not in a weird way, of course. Just, Let's see.
Actually, more than one. She met him a few times.
Yeah.
Forgot at my cousin's wedding. She met him. We were interacted then too.
It was at a wedding? Was he dressed up?
Yeah.
Okay, that probably is what she's talking about. Like, very dapper. Like, he dresses up good. Makes sense?
Then.
Well, okay, at that moment. At that moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
When she saw him, yes.
Okay. Let's see. I do feel she's very proud of how he takes care of you.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, I feel financially.
No.
No. What is she? Hold on then.
She might be like emotionally, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that way.
Okay, just give me a second to figure out what she's talking about. She's just saying supportive. Like, he takes care of you. He's supportive.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I guess that doesn't have to be financially supportive. Duh. I don't know why I was thinking only financially. That's kind of rude of me, wouldn't that be?
No.
There are other ways for husbands to be supportive than just money.
Well, it's definitely not financial, so.
Okay.
He's
Emotional, for sure.
Yes, very emotionally.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Let's see. I'm not sure if this is a sensitive topic, but she's mentioning that you don't have kids.
Right.
Is it because you couldn't have kids or you chose not to?
I chose not to.
Okay. I'm not sure how she felt about this when she was alive. And I feel like it was probably she wanted you to have kids and all that. But she's saying it's okay. She understands.
Yes.
She says it's okay. She understands.
Yeah. But she definitely, I think that probably she would wished for me to.
Mm-hmm. But in where she is now,
she acted like it was okay to me.
Yeah.
And then inside, I think it bothered her more than she let out. And I've had someone else tell me that too through a reading.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Not through a mediumship though, through like a tarot.
It was I did do a thing called the emotion codes and energy.
Oh, okay,
sure. Channels, and she said that came up that your grandma basically that she acted one way to me, but she had some harboring inner things that she didn't want me to know. So she wouldn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah, right. Do you have any questions for her?
Hey, Grandma. You think about Grandpa? Is she watching over Grandpa? Like, does she see that we're taking good care of him?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Is he being stubborn?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. She's, yeah. He's
and the animals,
stubborn.
We've got our animals.
Okay. She says they're not as stubborn.
No.
They're not as stubborn as he is.
Did you see that all the girls got new puppies?
Yes. She's like, who's gonna take care of all them puppies?
They all.
Who's gonna take care of all them puppies? Okay. I want her to give me something that you like lately would be talking about or something like that. I've had that happen. I've heard secrets.
Secrets?
I've had people, like, spirits give me secrets
okay.
just so that the other person knows, because I wouldn't know that. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was supposed to be a secret. Oops. Let's see. Is there somebody building something or redecorating something?
Right now, like in real life?
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure who. She's not giving me who, but just that there's something there related to somebody redecorating or building something or remodeling
My
or
mom's
something.
been remodeling her house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's almost got all of it done. It's been a big undertaking.
Okay. Were you really close to her?
My grandmother?
Mhm.
Yes.
I feel like it's a very, very, very strong connection
Yes.
between the two of you, especially.
Yes.
Do you worry that you don't make her proud?
Growing up, I did.
Well, she says stop that. You can stop that. She's very proud of you.
I believe that now, but I didn't for a long time.
I also feel like she's giving me like a slight apology, almost like, I'm sorry I made you feel that way.
She didn't
Like,
make
I'm
me.
sorry.
I just felt like that about myself.
Okay.
She never made me feel like that, no. She was always very nice and kind to
Okay.
me. But not to all my other cousins.
Okay. I mean, I was getting there, but she was almost giving me like, it's not that she doesn't care about them, but she wants to talk to you.
Right. She
Like-
was close to different people in different
Right.
ways. Let's just say that.
Right.
Yeah, but we were really close.
She wants to, definitely wants to talk to you.
Yes.
Like, if they came through, if they came and they want to talk to her, she'd talk to them, but she's like, I really want to talk to you.
Yes.
And let me clarify, whenever she's saying sorry about, like, that you felt that way, it's not that she was the one making you feel that way.
No.
It's just more of like, did she make it seem like she had expectations and then you felt like you weren't living up to them?
She never made me feel anything. I think that's just kind of the way I
Like a
felt
personal
about
feeling?
myself.
Okay. She feels bad that
And
you,
some
that
of
you
the
felt
choices
that way.
that I made when I was younger that I wasn't very proud of.
Okay.
But I always, obviously worried about what she thought about me.
Mm-hmm. Well, you hung the moon. Like, you literally were just, you couldn't have done any wrong, really, in her eyes. She's very proud of you, and still is to this day. I got a whole nother box over there, if y'all need it. Is this Mom's mom? Was she stricter with your mom?
She was strict on them when they were growing up.
Okay. She was the complete opposite with you, right?
Yes. Yes, I could do no wrong.
Yeah, that's what she's saying. And I feel like even if there was times that your mom would try to get on to you, she would almost come stick up for you and be like, just leave her
She
alone.
always took my side. And
Yeah, just like,
I wanted to live with her.
Did you?
My mom wouldn't let me, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So one thing I want to make sure you know is that you don't have to have moments like this to be able to talk to her. She will hear you.
That's what I want to know.
Just you're doing your dishes and you want to say
I
hi.
wanted to know she was around.
She's around. You say
I
hello
felt
to her.
like she was, and I also wanted to ask her when she took care of me when I was a baby, because my mom was very young when she had me,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of a question that no one's ever really answered for me.
Okay.
How long was I with her before my mom came back and got me? She left me with my grandmother when I was a baby, and she came back. My mom missed me and came back and got me. And that's it's just hard for me. That's like an abandonment issue that I have.
Sure. Well, she gave me 2 to 3. Would that be years or months?
I don't know. I think it's probably months. Because when I was 2 and 3, I did live with my mom.
Okay.
But when I was an infant, I believe that my mom, wasn't sure if she could handle taking care of me.
Okay.
And she moved. And my grandmother was going to take me
Mm-hmm.
and raise me. And then my mom missed me and came back and got me.
Sure. Well, she's given me 2 to 3, so it could have been.
I would say months, probably. I don't think it was that long.
Yeah.
But no one ever tells. That's like something we don't talk about. I think that my mom has a lot of shame around that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it could have either been 2 months or 3 months or somewhere in between.
Somewhere
2 to 3
like
months.
that.
Yeah.
I'm not positive. Those are like some of the questions that I was always too scared to ask.
Sure.
I don't want to know the answer.
I'm not getting like 6-9 months, nothing like that.
I don't think it was that long. I think it was really quick. I think she was like pretty miserable without her baby.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my mom loves kids, but she was very young when this happened.
Sure.
You know, too young to handle all that.
I'm not sure if this is just because she has a different perspective of things now that she's no longer here, but she's asking you to forgive your mom for that.
Yes. I'm getting there.
Okay. She's just it wasn't an ill intent.
No, I know it wasn't.
But your grandmother was like very, very happy to at least have you.
Well, she wanted to
keep you. Yes, she's like that.
It was hard for her.
I'm sure.
When my mom came and got me, she always told me that. Oh, she don't want to give me back.
Yeah, she's just like, it wouldn't have. To her, it would not have mattered if your mom came back.
Absolutely.
She would have kept you and
100%.
been with. Yeah. Was there other questions?
That's basically the one that came up for me.
What a way to spend your birthday weekend, right?
What's that?
So what a way to spend your birthday weekend, right? Crying through a box of tissues.
I don't know why I like stuff like this, but I like to punish myself. No. I can't think of anything like Grandma. I mean, she was always very forthcoming. I don't know, like, if I get any secrets or anything that I need to know, like.
Let's see.
Anything that I don't know. Oh, I've got one.
Okay.
This is big. Is my Aunt Amy my grandfather's child or somebody else's child?
Well, okay. Do you know your dad?
Do I know my dad? Now I do.
Okay. Because that's interesting that you asked such a question like that, because I was just, before you went, whoa, I was going to ask you.
Well, it just came to me.
Like, I was going to ask you, do you know your dad, or what's with the dad?
Growing up.
Okay.
I didn't know my biological father growing up.
Okay.
And she, that was like that's kind of what happened with my mom.
Okay.
I got pregnant with somebody and had me, but she had a different boyfriend. It was a one night,
okay. I gotcha. Okay.
And I didn't know my biological father till much later.
Okay.
Somebody else raised me.
So you're wanting to know then if your aunt...
One of my aunts
is...
My mom has several sisters.
Okay.
And one of them, there's been a rumor in our family that I don't know if it's true or not, that it was a different man, not my grandfather's child.
Okay. Let me see. Does she have black hair?
My grandmother?
No, the girl that you're talking about, the sister. No?
No.
I feel like I don't know why. I just got a very, like, dark-haired image. Like, long dark hair.
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. I don't think she's going to tell me.
Yeah. That wouldn't make sense. It's very tight.
I don't think she's going to tell me.
Okay. Because that's kind of like something that's been my mom's sisters have talked about, and no one really knows the answer. And so I definitely won't be able to share this recording after saying that. I wanted to know, though.
Well, I mean, you could still share it because she's not answering it. She won't talk about it.
Yeah, but my aunt, she would be devastated if I knew that, like, we don't talk about that to her. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so she's not really giving it to me. However, with my psychic abilities, separate from what she's willing to talk about, I feel that there is a connection between the dad and the daughter and the mom, like a little triangle. Like, I feel like it's his. Like, I don't feel it's a different man, but.
Meaning that my grandfather was the father?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, we think so.
Yeah.
And I hope so. I hope it's just a nasty rumor or whatever, but...
Like, the energy exchange between the three of them, right? So, a lot of times, imagine it's like, one person here, and that's the kid, right? If it weren't connected in any way, I wouldn't feel the energy going that direction.
Okay.
But I do feel it's like an energy triangle.
Okay, good. That's good.
So,
yeah.
I'm not sure why she won't talk about it if...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's the way the energy feels to me, is that it is connected.
She's pretty stubborn, so if she don't want to say something, she's not going to.
Maybe she's ashamed that everybody even feels like that. Could be a possibility.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever said anything to her about it, but or where they ever got that piece of information. But
Mm-hmm.
There's a big difference between my mom and there's a lot of children, and the youngest ones are much younger.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. So let me tell you what that means. If I scratch my nose or burp, that's confirmation from spirit. I know it's weird. You could Google it if you wanted to.
I've heard about that.
Why do mediums burp or whatever? And that's what it is.
So that's definitely...
That's confirmation.
Yeah.
That's what that means.
Yeah, so that's her, and that's her confirmation of that. Okay.
And she's like, I feel like she is like tight-lipped. She doesn't want to say it because she's almost like offended.
Yeah. Sorry, Grandma. I wasn't trying to offend you. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
and I didn't think that about you. That's just what I heard. Yeah. I was curious.
Yeah. She knows. It's okay. Let's see. Did you just meet your dad in your adult life?
Yes.
Did she get to meet your dad?
No, not in person, no.
It's probably a good thing.
What's that?
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah, she probably would have let him have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she might have.
Yeah, she's like, I'm glad that you get to meet him now, right? Mm-hmm. You can have a relationship with him now, but boy, could I tell him something.
Oh, yeah.
She definitely seems like she's got a mouth on her.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's sweet.
Yes.
But she will let you have it if you are meant to have it.
That is her personality.
Yes. Did you end up living with her again? Even if it was with your mom? I feel like I see you young with her. Not baby.
I would stay up there in the summer when I was little.
Okay.
With her a few times.
Okay. Did you guys bake together or do something together that... I don't know. I feel like you would... Even if they were pre-made cookies, I feel like you guys would bake cookies and stuff together.
She always made cookies for me.
Okay.
She would send me a Christmas box every year.
Okay.
Of special made treats, handmade, and she did that for me. She did it for everyone else, but when no one said thank you to her or anything, she quit doing it for them. And she still did it to me until she couldn't do it anymore.
Oh, okay.
I know, and then no way I couldn't tell my other cousins and stuff because she only do it for me.
Right. That makes sense.
They should have said thank you. I said thank you to her and sent her a note and called her or whatever.
Right, exactly.
She said they're not going to thank me. I'm not going to do it for them.
That makes sense. I wouldn't either. Do you know why she would be mentioning lemonade?
No.
Did she ever make fresh lemonade, or did you do lemonade stands?
That doesn't stand out, no.
Okay. I'm doing my thing where I circle it and we try to come back to it. Trying to figure out what she's got going on there. Were you in Girl Scouts or anything?
Mm-mm.
What is this?
I wanted to be.
Okay. Well.
But I didn't.
Yeah. Do you not? Maybe you don't remember, but I feel like she's giving me there was a time that you guys made lemonade together, fresh lemonade, fresh squeezed lemonade.
We could have when I was a kid, but I definitely don't remember that.
Like, she's not letting it up. I'm trying to circle it and move on, and she's just like, no.
Maybe she's saying like make lemonade out of make life. I don't know, but I honestly don't remember making lemonade with her or having lemonade.
It seems like you guys are outside in the sun, in the warmth, drinking fresh squeezed lemonade.
We could have when I was a kid.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember it though.
Did she have lemonade trees or anything, or lemon trees or anything?
No, not that I remember.
Well,
But she could have one. You know, maybe she did when my mom was little or something. I don't know. I don't remember that. But they lived in Florida, you know, citrus trees.
Sure.
So
maybe I wonder if your mom could answer that. Fresh squeezed
I could ask her.
lemonade for whatever reason, because she was like, we're not, no, like you even see I drew an arrow. I tried to circle it and move on. She's like, hello, we're going.
I don't remember that, Grandma. I don't remember making lemonade.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. That's how she said that. But it's fine. I feel she's just reminiscing on things from whenever you were a little girl. So, I mean, there may be things you don't remember, but I'm feeling like you picked flowers together at some point, or maybe you picked flowers and gave them to her. The cookies, the lemonade thing, like she's just
Grandma
listing
stuff.
off. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like she's just listing off little things that, you know, and to her they were the good times. You know, she's like, we didn't have to go to Disneyland or whatever to have a good time together. It was very just
organic. Yes.
And have a good time.
Enjoyed each other's company.
Yes, yeah. You guys have that connection. Would you say you're a very like free spirit?
Yeah, I can be. Certain parts of my life.
She likes that about you.
Yeah.
She really likes that about you.
I think she appreciated that better than my mom did.
She's very much just like, don't stop being a free spirit. Keep doing that. Do you have somebody named Joe in your family?
I'm trying to think. They had a cousin named Joe. Not in my immediate family that I can think of.
Okay, let me ask you this. Did you guys order Papa John's pizzas?
No. But maybe growing up, like when I was a teenager.
Because I almost got like Papa Joe. I'm like, let me ask, maybe somebody named Joe that it was a...
Papa Joe. I'm trying to think of...
Who's that?
I'm trying to think of my grandfather's brothers' names, but I don't know if one of them was Joe. I don't think so. But Papa, that connected to another name, is something that could come up for us, but it's a totally different name.
Okay. Could it sound like a Joe? No?
No. But there's lots of cousins and stuff that I forget about. You know what I mean? Like, I can't keep up with all their names. We have a family.
Sure. I'd be interested.
This was, I had a doll that was named Papa something.
Okay.
That she bought for me when I was a kid. But it was Papa Gus. It wasn't Papa Joe. And I still have it.
Did you call anybody in your family Papa?
I called my grandpa Peepaw.
No, she said Papa.
No.
Papa. Very, very clear.
Papa. No.
So maybe I got the Joe different than what it was meant to be.
But Papa Gus she got me, and that was like a bear that I've always kept, and I still have it.
Okay, so she's going to... Okay, hold on. I misinterpreted that, which happens, but when they give me check marks, and I almost hear like a ding, 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 you got it right. So I don't know where I got Joe, but Papa is...
Yeah, that makes sense.
She's Papa like, Gus. That was what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, Papa Gus was like, you know, I always loved my Papa Gus, and I have it now. It doesn't have any eyeballs on it anymore, but it's like, it's a cute, it's a little stuffed bear that's like from Tennessee, yeah. Because...
that's why I asked you, is there anybody you would call Papa? Maybe I misunderstood that it was actually a person, but if you didn't call any grandfathers, anything like Papa.
No, but I love that doll when I was a kid.
That's what she's talking about. Yeah. She's giving me check marks.
Yeah.
So, there's that. Still don't know what Joe was. Maybe ask your family if there's a Joe in the family.
She could have had an uncle, brother, Joe. I'll have to ask. One of my grandfather had many brothers, and I can't remember all their names. But Joe is not coming to mind, but there could be a Joe somewhere.
Okay. What about a Charles or a Richard?
Richard's my cousin. What was the first name you said?
Charles?
Charles is my husband.
Charles is your husband?
Mm-hmm.
Did she meet your husband?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But Richard is my cousin.
Okay, she's listing off names. Joe has to be somebody then.
Yeah.
Because she's listing off names.
I don't know. Maybe one of my mom's cousins or something. I just can't. That name doesn't come up for me like it's someone I remember right away.
It's okay. You don't have to.
Yeah, but Charles and Richard. Yeah, my cousin's Richard, and
Okay.
Charles is my husband. And I think my grandfather had a brother with the middle name Charles.
Okay.
Or the first name Charles. It could have been.
Okay. I'm getting the burps. So that's all yes.
That's so crazy. I wonder what it is. Like an energy vibration or something?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, because like you see, if anything, I'm drinking water. Water doesn't typically make somebody burp unless it's fizzy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm over here
I've heard
chugging
that
a
before,
soda
that
or
people like itch or they burp or
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times I'm like doing like this, and I'm like, somebody probably thinks I'm snort crack or something. I'm constantly doing this. But I'm not, I promise. Let's see. Well, in the spirit realm, they don't really have emotions in a way, for the most part, because like they can feel happy and positive vibes, but there's no negativity.
Okay.
You know, it's all positivity, light, love, beauty. It's all, there's no responsibilities, there's no ailments, nothing like that. What we deal with here is nothing what they deal with there.
Okay.
So she's perfectly good.
Okay, that's what I believe.
She's
that.
Good, right? And she wants to make sure that you know
Oh dear.
you don't have to worry about her, and that she's with you a lot of the times. Now, Grandpa was her husband.
Mm-hmm.
She does stay with him, of course, and, be with him. But it's either you or Grandpa.
That she's around. Yeah. I told them the other day I felt her with me.
Yeah. She's like, it's you or her husband, and that's it.
Oh, really? I won't tell the rest of my aunt.
Don't tell the rest of them. Can't give them this audio if you don't want to.
No. They think I'm crazy anyway. They're not. I was like, I'm going to see a psych. That's my one aunt believes that.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't mean about it or anything.
Yeah.
They didn't say much.
Just like,
They're like crickets.
Oh my goodness.
I don't care.
Yeah, it's okay. I know. I'm used to that. There's, only 20% of the
I'm
population.
coming out with it now. I'm getting more comfortable with being like, this is what I like to do. And
Sure.
if I don't like it, or well, sorry.
Yeah, then it is what it is.
Before I kind of hit it because I know how,
Yeah.
my mom probably like, okay, whatever. But that's fine. That's her.
Yeah. I also feel like that's probably a huge part of why she stays. I mean, of course, I feel she's really connected to you.
She is.
But I also feel like she's not going to wait. She doesn't seem like the kind of person who will waste her time trying to show other people that she's around if they're not going to believe it anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
she's not even going to, she's just like, I need to preserve my energy for those who even want me around.
Yeah.
Who will recognize.
Right.
So she's very much usually with you and her husband. So, I don't feel she's giving me like a timeline or anything, but she wants you to be reassured. I'm not sure if this is a concern, that when it is Grandpa's time, she will be the one to come help him.
Okay.
I don't know if that's something you've thought about or been concerned with or anything.
Not really,
I'm not sure why she's mentioning it, but
Yeah.
reassurance of some sort.
Yeah.
But she's not like next week I'm gonna come get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like that at all. She's just.
No, he's doing good.
Yeah.
He called me on my birthday, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was sweet. So I didn't tell you that, did I? My 90-year-old grandfather called me. That made my day.
So at this point, she's kind of just hanging out for you to ask questions or say something, which you can obviously tell her things through me, but she's also with you. So you can talk to her at any point.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if you've noticed like feathers or something that flies or birds, anything like that.
I've seen cardinals, and I've seen feathers in the yard and stuff.
That's
and
her.
Found them in my car. Yeah, I talked to her anyway. I was pretty sure she'd hear me.
Yeah, she can hear you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But I always good to get the confirmation.
Of course. So the feathers or birds, stuff like that, are definitely her showing you signs. I'm not getting like coins. I'm not getting like music, nothing like that. She's very specific to feathers or birds, something that flies like that. Although, would a light make sense to you?
A light?
Like lights flickering or anything like that?
Possibly. I mean, I have stuff like that happen, but it's nothing that stood out to me recently or anything.
Okay. Maybe just Paige and she might start seeing it now as her saying, "This is how I have been trying to get your attention. This is how I'm going to start getting your attention."
Okay.
I mean, it might be. Is there anything else you want to say to her?
Nothing. I love you, Grandma, and thank you for being with me. I'm glad you're okay.
There's nowhere else she'd rather be besides with you. And
I mean, she see my, her mother and my great aunt and Aunt Charlotte and my granny, and she sees and is with all of them.
Oh yeah, she's like.
Yeah.
Like as if she's gonna reach around all these spirits and bring them in.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of
my
them?
Aunt Charlotte and my great grandmother. That they were, she was very close to, so she gets to be with them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, her sister.
It's like she's trying to reach around and bring them in to just show you that we're together. Like it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. I also feel there's a male spirit associated with her there. Does that make sense?
That could be her dad.
Okay.
She was very close to her dad.
Okay.
But he died when she was very young.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's male but I feel like only like one male energy. Even if she has a grandfather, he may have come back in.
Yeah, but she was, all I know is she was very close to her father.
Okay.
Yeah, and he meant a lot to her.
Yeah.
And I was, I didn't meet him. He was dead by the time I was born. But yeah. He died young when my mom was very young. I don't even think my mom was born yet.
Really?
Yeah, I think he was, I'm not sure, but they were young when my grandmother was young when he died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's with people that, she cares a lot about. She's doing really well.
Okay. Awesome.
Doing really well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Was there anybody or anything else?
How about, I don't know how we're doing on time. What is it?
Oh, I'm 5:10.
Okay.
Fine.
So, what about spirit led? You spoke. Is there anything that's coming through? I'm just curious.
Well, let me see, because I know your aunt came through his aunt came through almost spirit led. She just popped in. Let me see if anybody else comes through for you. I mean, even if you have them there, if they don't have anything to say, sometimes they'll just.
Yeah, I'm just curious because I'm just curious if anybody else is going to come out because I've lost a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. I do see, several hands going like this, but just waving at you. I mean, I'm seeing at least 10 hands, and I'm not saying 10, double hands. This is in a line, 10 whole different hands waving at you. You have at least 10 people that have passed over?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. For the most part, I'm just getting that you're doing great. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
You're doing really great. mean, just really nobody's wanting to come forward and like chat.
Okay.
They're mostly just like saying hi and just being like, hey, you know, you're doing great, we love you,
Okay.
all of that.
I was just to see if I was curious if the man that raised me would come through, but if not, maybe not.
Was he related to any of these family members?
No.
Okay, so that might be why he's not coming through with them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably have to disconnect from your family.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
if he's
yeah.
not connected to your
No,
family,
he's
then
not.
we're probably just
Yeah,
not.
the other people I'm thinking of aren't connected to
Yeah.
the people that are different people.
So I'm definitely not getting him coming forward because I'm connected to your family.
Okay.
And you just have quite a few of them. Just
Yeah,
wanted to
there's
wave
not
at
10 people in my family. I was just talking about in general.
Yeah. They're just saying hi.
Okay.
Yeah. They're just they're honestly, I'm trying to give them a chance, and there's none that's actually stepping forward
Okay.
and being like, yeah, let's have a conversation.
Okay.
Like, they just want to reassure you you're doing a good job, and they love you, and they're proud of you.
Okay.
And then if you wanted to, we could try to connect with your dad sometime.
Okay.
The guy who raised you, you know.
Okay.
So, do you want me to release them or stay connected with them?
Release. What does that mean? Like.
That just means that I disconnect them from my energy.
Oh, your family, my family.
Yeah. Yeah. So they'll still be around and everything.
No, that's fine.
They're just connected to my energy so I can communicate.
Okay,
so
yeah.
if we're done, I release them and they're no longer connected to me. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Okay. So what I like to do for that is actually, let's close our eyes and you think some thoughts about them, and I will thank them for coming forward. Okay. Okay. I appreciate you coming forward with us today so we could chat with you, and I appreciate you allowing us the energy exchange to answer questions. It was a very beautiful session, and you may be released. Okay. All right. They're good. And they're released.
Oh, thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards for you.
Okay.
All right. Maybe I can stop this.